That's the sound of the coffee pouring. Welcome to the Doctor's Brew. I'm your host, Dr. Abdulaziz Al Khayyab.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Bassam Al-Mullah.
And with us today is...
Dr. Sameera Alshuaibi, or as you know, Dr. Sam.
We're very excited to have Dr. Sam with us today, and with our new setup. And now we're three people, not just two.
But only two mics due to technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Always the difficulties.
So me and Bassam will be sharing the mic, while Dr. Sam is going to be honored with one mic and a different chair.
Oh, thank you. I feel privileged.
You are privileged.
Do you like the color of the chair?
I do like the color of the chair. They paid me to say that.
Okay, before we get into today's topic, which is going to be about your experience, first year abroad in the US doing residency, internal medicine. Congratulations. Wait, quick round of applause for her getting accepted and surviving.
It's the survival part, guys. It's the survival part.
What do you think of this new setup? Last time you were on the show, it was a table, one camera. What do you think?
Well, last time I came, I felt like a DJ. There was like headphones all over me, and I was like, whoa, where's the plate? But now I like it. I'm more comfortable, actually. And I'm very dexter with, it's very easy, makes it very versatile to use. And the overall setup is very nice, to be honest. Like, it feels like, like a chill place.
More importantly, how do you find me as a new addition here?
Well, لا. لا والله, basically you are, as they say, the salt of the group, ملح الجروب.
No, he is the carpenter of the group.
تمام.
Please.
We can't have one episode where he doesn't make fun of me being orthopedics. Just once, I just want to
that's why we like Aziz. That's why we like him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a very nice addition, very nice touch. He always has his vibe. He always has his I think this is gonna be a very good episode.
I'm excited. الحين, of course, before we go into things, let's give a quick shout out. What are we drinking today? Yes, I'm drinking matcha today, okay? It was too late. I didn't want to drink too much caffeine. I know she's judging me. I don't blame you.
I'm judging you.
Take your coffee.
I'm judging you too, it's never too late. I'm on call after this anyways.
So that's
Oh
why
my
you're drinking the
God.
coffee. المهم, what are we drinking?
Well, I'm drinking vanilla latte from Coffee Bean, and I love it. It's my drink. And too bad I don't have a New Orleans or not close by, but I would die for this right here. I would die for it. And if you want, just add a little bit of hazelnut powder to it, just one shot, and you can pray for me. Unless you have diabetes, don't do that.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. It's gonna be a very long sentence. I struggle to say it sometimes, but this is
God
what
help
it
us.
is. It's vanilla. Wait, it's sugar-free, ice blended, vanilla, skim milk.
خلصت الحلقة.
Yeah. Even when I go to order it, I forget, so I have to write it down. I have it saved on the app, and then that's how I say it.
مشكلة الجيم بروز. مشكلة أنتوا.
Minimal
I
calories.
would like to interview you
Minimal
about that.
calories. I never drink calories. It's a waste of time and a waste of calories. I'd rather eat the calories.
I eat and drink them.
Fun fact,
Do like
Sam
Dr.
said
Sam.
that in his ortho interview, and that's why they accepted him. So that's a tip.
Oh my God.
Okay, الحين. Today we're gonna talk to Dr. Sam about her experience in the States, because very unique experience. Not many Kuwaitis go off and do residency in the States. Only a handful. Of course, there are many currently even there, but it's not the most walked path. Let's say, صح?
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
That is very right, but it is definitely worth it. It's very esteemed on its own, and I think a lot of Kuwaitis or a lot of people in the Arab countries do not, try to attempt the US because it's very cumbersome. Like, the process of getting in will have you knocked out, and that's just the start. With all the USMLEs, with all the publications that you have to do, with all the electives and the recommendations and the good standings and the CV. My CV is 27 pages, so it is tough, but there's a reason it's tough. And I think because a lot of them don't know about the US residency until halfway through their med school, and that thing changed now, but at least around our time, that's how it was. They would be like, we don't want to go back to do step one material all over again when we're like 5th or 6th year medical students, but it's very doable. So definitely tough to get in, definitely tougher to survive. But I guess the process is definitely worth it. So last time when we were here, it was all about how to get in and how to improve your chances. And this time it's all about how are we going to survive this. So yes, definitely, I encourage anybody to basically, whoever has it in their hearts to go to the US, do it. We did it. We're not any better. We've all gotten into the medical school system. It's just about consistency and who's willing to do the same damn thing, put in 110% every day for a couple of years to get there. So that's all it takes. You don't have to be brilliant. You have to be consistent. So.
But why the US over other options?
You're going to make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what were your personal motivations to want to go to the US, and what do you think should be people's motivations?
I was avoiding this question. I swear, I was like, I hope they don't ask me this question, because I swear to God. Look, for me, go hard or go home. So if I'm going to leave my people, I'll leave for the best. I'm sorry, as much as it sounds.
Why did you do it in a
Because if people, I had to add the suspense. مخرجنا. Just add a little bit of special effects here, okay? Like boom, boom, boom.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice interview today. But that's what I do. Go hard or go home. Stay home. That's my rule. If I'm gonna leave, for me, family is very important. I'm a very big family person. Very big family person, friend person, and all that. I like my community. I like the Arab world. I might be slightly blonde, but I'm the complete opposite of that. In reality, I do like our heritage. I do like our society. So for me to leave that to go to the complete opposite, that doesn't mean they're different is not bad. But I'm just saying that I'm just gonna go somewhere that's very, very, very esteemed. Because.
So would you say, in your opinion, the American board is more esteemed than other boards?
It's the number one board. I said it.
Okay.
Bluntly, and everybody knows I'm blunt, because like the training is amazing. Other boards, the training is amazing also. But what I'm trying to say is, it is very demanding to get in. Extremely demanding. It is by far probably maybe the worst thing that you can go through, apart from some other serious life events. But I'm saying, like, it is like you're just gonna be doing these exams nonstop, one research after the other. You're gonna be doing these electives nonstop. You're gonna be traveling back and forth to the US, and just to get in. And I believe me, when I joined the USMLE process and the journey, I improved as a physician on my own just by sitting their exams, because they force you to study in a certain way. They elevate your, let's say, your knowledge spectra to a much better one. So.
But a lot of arguments have been made recently about, especially with USMLE, that a lot of the knowledge is not as good of a reflection of your clinical acumen. What do you think?
Definitely. Okay. So, if you pass the USMLE exam, I had step 1, step 2 CK, step 2 CS, step 3 part 1, step 3 part 2. 16 hours. So, you will, if you pass them, just pass them, you will automatically have improved your knowledge base just by passing them. But I have seen people who scored very high, and they had high scores, but when I compared my knowledge to theirs, and they scored better than me, for example, I would have better knowledge, but they would have, for example, better exam-taking strategies. So it all comes down to that, and I think that applies to every exam. And every exam, like if it was the MCCQE or the PLABs or whatever they are, the Canada, UK, the MRCP, if you're a good exam taker, you have better chances of. But I think there's no way of surviving the USMLE if your knowledge base is just average or below average. The questions will have you, gruel to the end. Because there is no way you can. Did you take a look at the questions? Take a look at step 2.
What were your
Trauma.
You did basically all these exams
Yeah.
during when you were in time after you graduated here in Kuwait as a trainee, as an assistant.
I started late, so there's.
Talk to
always
us
time.
about the timeline and how you managed your time, especially with work, burnout, doing all these exams.
So basically, you guys were there when I was trying to manage my time. It was unmanageable. But what I was trying to say is, even if you're a 5th-year medical student or you're a 4th-year medical student, when you're like, oh my God, it's too late. I sat my preclinical exams. It's too late. I started my USMLE journey after graduation. After 7 years of med school, that's when I started my USMLE journey. And basically, it's never too late. So any year you start before mine is better. Let it be your final year of med school. Let it be your 6th year, your 5th year. You still have a lot of time. Imagine graduating, then starting. And then, we have to do the trainee year here by default. So that means you're going to work full time. You're going to have on-calls. We do this as service to the government. So it is very demanding to do the USMLEs, and in the meantime, try to balance out your basically your work, let's say hours. And we're not talking about any work hours. We're talking about doctor work hours, on calls, weekend rounds, post-call rounds, normal rounds. So that takes forever. So
that's what medicine is about, huh? A lot of rounds, a lot of rounding.
it's only rounds. So basically, you just have. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be brilliant. You just have to be consistent. You just have to say, "Hey, I'm canceling my social life. I'm canceling this. I'm canceling that. I'm gonna be devoted. I'm gonna give this amount every day, and I'm gonna just, let's say, I'm gonna lay it out over this amount of time, and just get in there." That's about it, to be honest.
But let me challenge you a bit on this point.
Yeah.
How do you think, or is it possible to do it without significantly hurting your mental stress, mental health? Because I'm going through this journey right now.
Yeah.
I've just finished.
Yeah.
But basically,
Mabruk, by the way.
Allah يبارك فيك. But looking back, I do wonder, is it worth it? In terms of why did I do this and hurt myself in the process? I don't think you should hurt yourself.
If we're talking about mental health,
Yes.
that was the worst experience in terms of mental health, in my opinion. My friend right here, she knows. Shayum Launizi. Wow. Yeah. You need a village. That's what I always say. You need a village of support for the USMLE. If you have it, you're going to make it. If you're going to work full time and you're going to do the USMLEs, you will be jeopardizing your mental health to the worst of dimensions. How can I say? I don't know how can I say it even.
Words of motivation by Dr. Sam.
There we go. I'm just saying that it is tough, and this is why I like it. I like that it's tough. I'm not saying I'm brilliant. I'm not saying I'm the best just because I made it there. No, I know a lot of people who are watching behind the screen right now, they might be smarter, they might be faster, they might be more energetic, they might be funnier. I don't know. We'll see about that. But they have other attributes that make them more special than I am and maybe better than I am. I'm just saying that I was just consistent. And I had my target, and I kept my eye on the prize. It is very tough. Mentally, you will be very challenged.
And now you've worked in Kuwait.
Yeah.
You were in the board here in Kuwait,
Yeah.
right? And then you went.
Yeah.
I see that smile.
That's my Lily.
Everybody's journey,
Yeah.
There's no judgments. But how would you compare your experience? Because uniquely, you have the experience of the Kuwaiti Internal Medicine Board
Yeah.
here and there. So I think that's really unique. And I think that this would be something integral to share with our viewers, because there's a lot of people here who are thinking, okay, I want to do the Kuwaiti Medicine Board, but I'm thinking about the US. How does it actually differ? Actually.
I am very biased towards Kuwait. Anything about Kuwait is brilliant, and it's even better than any board بالدنيا. But this is my biased side. But what I'm trying to say is, first of all, the working hours are much less. For example, my typical hospital medicine rotation, like internal medicine, is from 5:45 in the morning. That's when we start the handover.
This is Kuwait there.
No, that's in the
This
US.
is in the US.
Yeah, all the way to 5 p.m. So that's a good 11 hours every day, 6 times a week, and you get 1 day off. That's it. So 3 to 4 days off the whole month, no weekends. Here, it's different. It was like 7:30 to 1:30. Now they changed the rule yesterday. It was 7 to 2. Yeah. So it's like very manageable the time here, and you have a better chance to have your social life. Also, it's longer, 5 years, so it's more spaced out. And let me say this, because it's more spaced out, it's a little bit slower, the process. Like everything is very fast in the US. It's fast. And that's why I keep telling everybody, if you're a trainee, you're an assistant, that's brilliant. You're taking with you some knowledge of how to deal with a desatting patient, because they will, you can start in the first 1 or 2 months as night float, so you'll be covering night shift. And if you don't have any experience with that, you'll be dreading it. Even though you'll have an upper level on top of you that will cover you, but they're also busy. So you want to prove your competency, and it won't be easy if you didn't have any experience. So I thank that part of me. I love one part of the Kuwaiti board. They have amazing tutors. If you find a tutor who wants to teach, especially the subspecialties, they will teach you. And I have noticed that a lot of our upper levels, like let's say R4s, 4th and 5th years, they have a very good knowledge base. By the time that they get to R4, R5, a lot of them have a very good knowledge base, and I'm very proud of that. But the experience over there, it's faster. They will rely on you to admit patients from your first year. Over here, you admit patients as a registrar on your 3rd year. I'm talking about medicine. So you can, like, oh my, if it was my night float system, and my night float system was in September, October this year. So I was covering 2 weeks of night floats, night shifts nonstop. One of those weeks I was admitting, and I'm just a trainee on my 2nd month, and I'm admitting patients. So you don't do that here. But to each its benefits. Like over there, it's fast. It's fast. I'm telling you, everything is very fast. Do this, get the journal club done, get the research done. You have to start thinking of your fellowship already. You have to be applying here and there. You have to take a look. You have to start going to conferences and making like good connections. I've just been here 6 months, man. I barely know where I live. So over here, no. You have a good 5 years. But if you want to learn, the Kuwaiti board, you will learn. I'm thankful to my tutors who actually taught me. And they're brilliant, some of the tutors. And a lot of them are from abroad, by the way. But I'm just saying the process is a little bit lengthier here. That's what I'm worried about. Accreditation there is, in the US, is very good. And what I'm trying to say is, it's slower, and we are a little bit more dependent here, on our seniors, especially your 1st year, 2nd year, and then they feel that you're a little bit competent, but your senior has to still take a look at your notes, decide if they're safe enough or not. Over there, it's very reliant on you. They try to get you to be an upper level faster. Let's go. You have 3 years. You don't have time to waste. So their 1st year is like it's like a year and a half, 2 years worth of residency here, or even 2.5 years. So I'm not saying that either of them is, they're different.
Yeah.
Okay, but definitely I would, yeah.
So it's the main difference you'd say is the speed and the intensity,
The reliability, dependency.
of how things are.
Yeah.
I think that could be either a good thing or a bad thing depending on the person.
Yeah.
And also depending on your surroundings. I feel like in America, the reason why they do it that way is because they need doctors, and they want to push you to become as competent as possible, as fast as possible.
Yeah,
What do you
because
think?
it's a very short program, so you have to get in and get out. But it's not too bad.
It's different, there's different pros and cons. Like you said, like Bassam said, It's all dependent on the person, you know. In the Kuwait medical school in Kuwait, 7 years. UK, depending on where, even in the UK, is 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Or I think there might even be 7 years. I'm not sure.
I heard 6.
6? Okay, 6.
Yeah.
US, look at that. 4 years undergrad, 4 years.
Yeah.
So the pace at which you move is very much dependent on the person. I think this is an important point to note for anyone debating between the two.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, I'm going to be very honest about something. Okay?
I hate when he says that. Okay.
I get worried too.
There's everyone always in Kuwait. We have a big perception of fear around in the U.S. relating to safety. Okay, I think there is an element of wherever you go in the world. If you're an American who wants to go study abroad, or you're a British person who wants to study abroad, whatever, the unfamiliar is more scary, right? So I think that's inherent. But a lot of people genuinely are always concerned because, you know, the news is always fear-mongering and stuff. What has been your experience in terms of safety living in the States?
So basically, I don't think you're gonna have to worry much about safety in the United States because you won't have time to be unsafe. Why? You will be you will be living in the hospital. I mean, it is certainly something that I was worried about, but you just have to do a lot of reading, and you're just gonna have to ask a lot of, let's say, people who are native to the place, where to go, where not to go. Obviously, there's like general rules everywhere. You don't stay past 6 or 7 or 8 p.m. I mean, my town, they close down like by 7 or 8, so there's really no use to leave, and everything delivers to your house. You have to choose the good family, let's say, oriented neighborhoods and go to the supermarket there, the Walmart, the Rouse's, the Trader Joe's, whatever it is.
Trader Joe's.
See, yes. I knew you had this white girl in you. Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's is bomb. I'm sorry, hold on. This is a non-Arab thing, but it's like Trader Joe's, all of it like organic, whatever, and it's good. Come on. I bring Trader Joe's back with me when I come back from the States.
يعني
You want to go against Trader Joe's?
ودي أقط قطة بالعربي. يعني the thing
Guys,
is,
I don't even know what Trader Joe's is.
it's basically yoga pants and blonde hair. This boy is. Are you a California boy or what are you? Miami?
California.
I knew it.
Half my life there, essentially.
Trader Joe's. Wallah, it just says yoga pants all over it. Wallah, Pilates, yeah. Anyways, so I like Walmart, okay? And by the way, and you have to know, like, Americans look down on Walmart, but I celebrate it. Like, Walmart is like...
See the difference between Trader Joe's and Walmart? Continue.
I like Walmart, and I had amazing experiences there. Like, I was waiting in line, and then I heard a lot of, stuff about, how shady some people are who attend Walmart. So I was like, minding my own business. I was standing waiting to talk to the manager, and then there was this guy who was like 6 feet tall. He was standing right next to me, I swear to God, with a snake wrapped around his neck. And I'm like...
Wait, an actual snake?
An actual snake. So you know what
nice.
she said? And the manager was so unbothered. She was like, "Sir, can you remove that snake out of your neck and put it in the bag?" I'm like, "You guys are chill." He's gonna put this. So he took the snake, put it in the Walmart bag, and then.
To be fair, Yani, he did as he was told. Did the snake hurt anybody?
I mean, I didn't try.
Let the snake live.
Let the snake live in the bag.
It's a useful pet to have, to carry around. You will intimidate a lot of people.
Why would I want to do that, guys?
Because it's America, you can do
People
what you
have
want.
guns in America. They don't care about snake intimidations.
Yeah, I forgot about the gun part.
But it's like, yani, what I'm saying is like, yeah, it's very chill. Yeah, safety. Like, we have snakes there. But yeah, in terms of safety, like, if you know where to go and the timings to go, that shouldn't be much of a problem. Always keep an eye out. Always look over your shoulder at all times. Even if it was like 7 a.m, even if it was in the parking of your hospital, you have to keep, I don't even, like, when I wear my AirPods, I just wear one. I keep the other one, my other ear without any AirPods, because I want to make sure I can hear my surroundings. Even if it was like I was in the parking of the hospital and it was 9 a.m. By the way, that never happens. I'm never, in case my seniors are watching, I'm never in the parking at 9 because I'm at work from 5:45 in the morning.
Translation: she's there at 9:30. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm trying to emphasize that you just got to keep an eye, you know, you're not from there. Even if you go to France, for example. Okay, that's a bad example. Even if you go, I don't know. Even if you go to Switzerland, for example, very peaceful, very nice people. Shout out to the Swiss people. Although I doubt we have any people from Switzerland wanting to leave that nice place. But you would still look, and even as a tourist, you'll still, you know, keep an eye on your surroundings, make sure everything is fine. So just know where to go, when to go, and with who to go. And I mean, you won't have to worry much about that because, as I said, you're going to work a lot. You're going to come home, either go to the gym before work at 3 in the morning or as soon as you're done. And you're going to come home, shower. And because in case my seniors are watching, we're going to study. All right, we're going to study a little bit. But after that, if we get some studying done, which we do, by the way, we will, after that, you're just going to sleep because you're going to wake up again at 4. So
it sounds like there's a lot going on in your day-to-day life. So that's, I think, is a good transition for us to move on to talk about social life. And
he said the S word, didn't
yeah,
he?
we
Is that
want
even
to
allowed?
we want to know more about. Talk to us about your transition from Kuwait to going to America. Were you living alone? Did you have family or friends with you? How was the transition in terms of, you talked about safety.
Yeah.
But what about transportation, studying, adjusting to living alone again, all those things?
كنترول شغل كوكتيل أغاني حزينة بسرعة شغل كوكتيل أغاني حزينة لأن basically I can't speak for everybody. A lot of people come to the US and they just don't want to come back, especially guys. Okay, but for me,
I feel personally attacked.
No, attack Bassam too, not just you personally. No,
I will not comment.
but anyways, what I wanted to say is, I think everybody can make their own happiness. صراحة.
I like that.
Thank you. But it's like what I was trying to say is you make your own happiness wherever you go. You can be in the middle of your favorite best friends and be very miserable. Or you can be with just one friend and be the happiest. For me, the transition was very hard. For me, it's not nothing to do with the US. That's why I keep telling people, if I was able to travel and basically break through this wall of, let's say, ghurba, meaning basically, you know, living abroad, anybody can. Because I'm a diehard family, friends, social life kind of person. That's why I didn't mind the Kuwaiti board being 5 years, because I get to go to the gym. After that, once I'm cleaned up, I go sit with my friends, we can study, we can chill every single day. So it was very nice. Our family, Zwara, Uchidi, I love that. I live for that. So when you move, it's not the same, you know what I mean? And what I'm trying to say is, it was so hard for me to the point that I had to bring my mom with me. So my mom nearly spent تقريبا almost the whole year with me. So for me to adjust. That's why I'm telling you, if you're afraid of flying and الغربة, I did it, you can. That's number. Even if it was to Canada, UK, all that. I'm like the worst person to travel. Literally, I was like I got accepted, but I was having nightmares and all that. If I can do it, they can. Social life, people there are nice, depending يعني, where you live and all that. But generally the South, and it's a shout out to the southern states of the United States, they are very nice people. They have southern hospitality, so that's very nice. So
what would you say like, we know that you lost something, which is the Kuwaiti side of you know, your social life. What do you think maybe on a social level you gained? What do you think it, you know, and like has enriched your experience there?
I can now build chairs. I can build beds.
You heard that? You heard that?
I can do that.
He was making fun of carpenting before.
Oh my God, I'm officially...
Can I just say, she means IKEA.
No, we don't have IKEA in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. So wait.
It's Amazon. That's a free di'aya.
There you go.
You see, it's always a useful thing to be able to build stuff.
Mm-hmm. You know what's also a useful thing? Electrolytes. Tell me, what is sodium?
Yeah, there
wait.
we go. I'm
I
listening.
like to add it to my meals.
There we go.
That's a
Ortho.
smart answer.
It gives you a better pump at the gym.
Okay. But anyway, so I was saying, yeah, you learn to rely on yourself. You learn to build stuff. You learn to take care, handle bills, handle this, handle that. A lot of contracts, a lot of, as I said, bills. You got to talk to this guy if for example, if a light goes off or the electricity goes off. Basically, my stove blew up. So yeah, I had to run away, but with my mom. Imagine that, and just like I'm like, oh my god, my certificates! Like I forgot everything else. My certificates, my med school certificates. But what I was trying to say is, yeah, you become more reliant because I would have never built an office chair. I would have never, had to speak to a carpenter, an electrician, because we in Kuwait, the men do that. Oh yeah, somebody tried to hack into my bank account. Why?
Wow.
It's not worth it. Okay, in the US. But, they tried to do that and I had to call the police and then police came. I'm like, oh my God, mommy. And my mom just, at that time, her flight was like a couple of days before mine. So, you know how it is in Kuwait. We don't do, police stations. Our men go. So it was like, they were very nice and they saw that I was hyperventilating, probably going into respiratory alkalosis. But they did... But they did actually. So I dealt with a lot. I had to take care of insurance and all that. So you become the woman that you never wanted to be. But it's self-sufficiency. That's the word for today.
I think anyone who goes abroad quickly learns to become self-sufficient. And
I don't want to be that self-sufficient. Khalas. I was sufficient with my father and my brother. But so that's what you learn. But I still want my mom with me though. You're coming, Jamila. You're coming.
Okay, the next thing I was thinking about is, so you've had the experience of working with your colleagues here. Your colleagues with you in the board and your senior colleagues. Tell me the difference of the colleagues that you were introduced to and you became friends with in the States. How was that experience? Were they... because here in Kuwait, we have this culture of like, oh, we're all in this together. We're one band together. We're helping each other out, especially if you're in the same year. The older, like our fours and our fives will help the R1s and R2s. So... did you find that to be a similar situation in the US or did you have a different experience?
صراحة, did you... All right, I'm going to be a peaceful person today.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go the American way. So basically, I have to choose my words right, man. So basically, when he's asking me about my colleague, I work with these people. So what do you want me to say? Of course, I'm going to say some good things. Now, the good, hardworking individuals or doctors in Kuwait are very hardworking and hardworking in a similar fashion to the ones in the US. So if you find somebody here who's hardworking, who
is it as cutthroat though? Because I've heard a lot that the US everybody is so cutthroat and everyone's intense, or is there that, like Bassam said, we're all in this together vibe?
I think it's very hard to judge because the southern states, I'm telling you, the southern states are way different than any other state.
That's really good.
So they're people in the south. They are sometimes they can be angry and they can have some very high violence rates, but they do have a lot of hospitality. So, hey, I think it's more of we don't want to drown the ship that we're all in. So if you drown it, we all drown. And I think that's what motivates them to kind of help one another out. Rather than anything else. But at the end of the day, we got to keep the ship moving, and that's the mentality over there.
That's nice. So it is a team effort.
Keep it afloat, yeah. But in terms of in Kuwait, I mean, to be honest, alhamdulillah, I was lucky. I worked with people my age who are hard workers. They push you to work hard, and the juniors that I worked with are
yeah, you better say they're good because we were those juniors. Yeah, exactly.
I gave him the eye.
Bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side eye. لا تخلي you made it. لازم يخليني اهلك شويه ما يصير.
Okay, الحين I think to wrap up the episode, let's ask a question that came to your account. In terms of getting married and residency, looking at how your year has been, do you think it's actually possible for someone to get married, which is a significant life event that comes with a lot of good but a lot of stressors and new challenges, while simultaneously jumping into residency in the US?
Let me get married first. Why are people asking me about marriage? I mean, do I have a ring around my finger or any of the other fingers? Literally, listen to me. So this is something that has to happen. If you're a doctor or not, if you're a doctor in Kuwait, if you're a doctor in the US, the ship has to float with a wife or with a husband, with kids or without. It's manageable if you have. It all depends on your partner. If your partner is very dramatic, with causing a lot of problems, not understanding enough, always kind of like pushing you away or pushing you or not appreciating your lifestyle, it will never work. If you have a partner that understands, that is always there, that is always supportive, understands is the most important one. Because if they understand, they will basically let a lot of things go. How busy you are, if you don't respond, if you're always away, and this and that. And she or he will be able to take care of the rest with you. So a lot of people in my program are married. A lot of people are pregnant, not the men, but
the
women in our
internal
program.
medicine, you'd think that that the men don't get pregnant.
We're gonna go to SmackDown after this, guys. We're gonna go to SmackDown. Okay, Mr. Psychiatry. This is very
ortho. We bully
ortho.
here.
Ortho.
We bully ortho here. We don't bully psychiatry.
This is the ortho bullying room. وانت بعد.
I think ortho gets bullied because we're the best. I think that's why.
We can't take them down. We can't.
So-
لا. Look at his muscles. I can't. لا. Even behind cameras, I'm not trying to take Bassam
I
down.
thought you meant psychologically.
Even physically, psychologically, how are you can't. So
He's
there's
too chill
nothing.
for life, wallah. Don't let me start on Bassam.
Send a consult for melatonin.
Every time he has to keep bringing
Because-
this up. Every time.
Don't send me any concept about potassium.
I don't want to
I'm not
send you any
taking that.
consults in the first place.
He won't. Don't worry. He doesn't know what potassium is. Aslan. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Bassam, look, he's double my height. I can't say anything. I can't. He's double my height. His biceps are like from outer space. I can't do anything about it. So we love ortho. We're good. At least tonight until I leave safely.
That's good enough for me. I'll take that.
So about marriage.
لا خلاص.
we're rounding it out. It's possible, but you got to work at it. And it seems like that's the theme for the US. Everything is possible, but you just got to work at it.
And I just want to say one thing. The choice of the residency program that you go for is the best. Regardless of what I said, what anybody thinks, or what anybody says. If your choice, your number one choice is a Kuwaiti board, then it is the best. Khalas, this is your story. This is my story. This is his story. Because you have other circumstances that you're trying to attend to. And being in this program or this residency or that caters best to your circumstances, which makes it the best. And I don't think people should be chasing. After I graduated, after I got into the residency, I believe that you should be chasing life, not work. So go where you feel that you are mentally, physically happy and sufficient.
Round of applause.
ايه صفقولي يا جماعة. والله Aziz is very nice يا جماعة. Don't cut this. Aziz is very nice.
Thank you.
Zed, and I'm not paid for this.
Thank you. We're going to put that on the loop in the reel. But Sam, really, thank you for being on the show.
Of course, you're most welcome. It was I was very happy to be here. Inshallah next year. قبل لا تسافر إن شاء الله. It's gonna be our last podcast. So, anyways, if you guys need anything, you can hit me up, hit them up. We will all be more than happy to. And don't forget to share and help more people have an idea of the residency program because they put a lot of effort into this, really. I appreciate you guys. I like my juniors, even though I'm
She
back
still
to-
calls us our junior.
You want me to sign us off?
Yeah, no, I could do it.
Oh, you know
yeah,
what?
I was about to do it. I was gonna say
Allah.
that's the last.
Allah.
I was gonna say that's the last What was it?
لا
I
بلشنا
forgot it.
بلشنا.
I already forgot it. I'm.
الطقة.
That's the last sip of the. No, I don't have it. You do it. Azim.
That's the last sip of coffee for the day. A special thank you to our guest and my co-host. And we'll see you next time on the Doctor's Brew. Thank you.
All right.
There we go. And we're done.
Hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Doctor's Brew. New episodes to listen to with a cup of coffee coming your way every Sunday on YouTube and Spotify. And be sure to follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates. See you next time.